This is Yoga with Key. I'm Key, and we're going to get right into 5 standing yoga poses. Meeting at the top of your mat for our first pose, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bring hands down beside you. This pose is called mountain pose, also known as Tadasana. Inhale, bring arms overhead. Exhale, we are going to fall forward for our second pose, which is called forward fold. Make sure you have a bend in your knees so you don't lock out your joint. Make sure your feet are at hip distance, creating a stable base. If you have no spinal problems or back pains, relax your neck muscles and release your head to gravity. Inhale, rise up nice and slow and bring your arms overhead. Exhale, separate your feet and sit back into a chair as we enter into our third pose, which is chair pose, also known as Utkatasana. To relieve pressure on your knees, bring your weight back towards your heels. Inhale, release out of chair pose. Exhale, step the left foot in the back, hip width distance apart, as we enter into a crescent lunge on the left side. Your front knee is directly over your ankle or behind it for safety. Staying here for 4 breaths, breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, really feeling that stretch in the hip flexors. On the next inhale, we're going to release back into mountain pose. Exhale here and step the right foot back in front of us now to get the same stretch on the opposite side. On the next inhale, release back into mountain pose, and we are going to flow with each pose now. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, release arms to side for mountain pose. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bend down for forward fold. Remember to keep a bend in your knees to not lock out your joints and let your upper body hang nice and loose. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, make feet hip distance apart. Sit back into chair pose. Arms still stretched overhead, feeling that stretch in your thighs. Inhale, release into mountain. Exhale, we're going to step the right foot back into our crescent lunge, making sure your knee is on top of your ankle or behind it. Exhale, release, come into mountain pose. Inhale, step the left foot back now for crescent lunge on the opposite side, making sure your knee is right on top of your ankle or behind it. You don't want it to go over your ankle. If you fall, that is okay. We fall and we get back into the pose. Inhale, release back into mountain pose. We're going to inhale, bring arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward for a last stretch, last cool down. Breathe here and bring your hands down to your heart center and take this flow with you everywhere you go.